noches, Don Chal.
What is up, Taurus? Welcome to your October 2020 horoscope. I always like to start with a little recap of what happened last month so you can have a better understanding of what's coming this month. This is going to be the most intense month of the year for every single sign of the zodiac. Obviously, for every sign, this is going to be a different story, and that's why we have a different forecast for every sign. Okay, let's begin talking about Mars retrograde. Mars went retrograde on September the 9th and is going to be there till November the 13th. And this is one of the reasons why this month of October seems like it's going to be fire, literally. And if you remember the fires in California and the people rioting and all that stuff, this is Mars energy. This is all in the sky. It's been there for ages. Our ancients knew all of this quote unquote hidden knowledge. And some people just want to ignore that. Anyways, going back to Taurus, so for you guys, I think you've been having a hard time, especially with your mind, trying to keep it quiet, planning things for the future, reassessing your belief system, your religion, thinking about travel or someone from another lands, some foreign love too. Now that Mars is going retro, the energy of Mars retro is very challenging. And in your particular case, you'll have to deal with your mind, your thoughts, and especially your past. So it's kind of like if your past is going to come back to your mind during this time, and nobody wants to deal with their past, right? You also, like the rest of humanity, are going through a process of restructuring your life, and now the universe is asking you to pay more attention on your stability. You're probably in the past years were focusing, having fun, traveling, and now it's time for something more stable in your life, especially your financial stability. Let's check out the transits for this month of October 2020. On October the 1st, we are gonna start the month with a full moon in Aries. In your sign, this moon will be in the 12th house. For you, this moon means that you could be revisiting the past during this month. This is going to be a highly emotional time, and you're gonna feel it especially in your head. Also, this moon in the 12th house will have Mars retro, during this house intensifying this revisiting the past mood. With Mars retro, you could feel anger, frustration, the desire of contact people from your past, and honestly, in my opinion, this is not the best moment to do that. Take this time to heal, understand what situations are still unresolved in your life, and after November the 13th, if you still feel like there is something that you need to say, you could go ahead with that. For now, I'd suggest you to go more for the internal healing, and I feel like this month you're gonna need some help from other techniques, let's say meditation, yoga, and something that helps you to go to bed quickly without thinking that much, because this could totally mess up your sleep. The next aspect is Venus and Virgo starting on October the 2nd. There are a lot of things going on with this Venus transit in Virgo, especially because this month you'll have a lot of trines with Venus in your house of adventure, travel, and foreigners. So, if there are foreigners in your life or you're planning to go abroad this month, apparently it's going to bring you a lot of surprises in that area. And Venus being the planet of love, if you're single, this could be a good month for finding a new love, especially if you look for someone overseas. Now we're gonna talk about love again, but this is for the ones who are in a relationship, and this applies to every type of relationships and partnerships. So if you have a business, it could be referenced here too. We're gonna have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio starting on October the 13th. So this could bring a lot of miscommunications with your partner. If you put in a mix the Mars retro, this could bring tensions and mind games. Now, with the sun cheering your seventh house, secrets could be revealed during this month. So it's going to be a challenge. For those of you who are in a relationship, if you're in a business relationship, please avoid every type of legal battles because with Mercury retrograde, this could end up really bad for you also. Don't sign contracts. If you have to do it, make sure that you have a clear understanding of what you're going to sign. Be extra careful and try to clarify every point with the other part. Getting married during this period is also not recommended. I think it's important to make a disclaimer here. This is a general reading of the astrological aspects for this month of October 2020. And obviously, you need to check your own chart because this could play out different. But if you're a Taurus, Sun, or Rising, and you believe in astrology, you must take in consideration these trances. The next aspect for this month, and here I'm going to talk about all of the transits in Libra this month. For you, these are going to be reflected in your sixth house, which is connected to your work and personal health. There is going to be a lot of squares. When we talk about squares in astrology, it means that there are going to be a lot of challenges in that particular area of your life. Okay, so at work, it can get really ugly. I'm not sure what exactly this means for you, but I'm going to give you my best shot. For sure, you're going to have conflicts at the workplace, especially with clients from a different country. Don't be engaged in any type of religious discussions or philosophical with coworkers. Try to keep your opinions for yourself, especially during this month. This month we have the presidential elections here in the US. So honestly, if you don't want to have problems at work, try to keep your political opinions for yourself. I was talking at the beginning about those transformations that every one of us is living during this period, the things that affect the planet in the collective. When we put that in a specific sign, it means something different for everyone and for every person depending on their natal chart transits. And I'm talking about this because Pluto will be direct on October the 4th. And maybe for some of you who are not really knowledgeable about astrology are not going to understand this part, so I'm going to try to summarize it for you. The beginning of the year, we had a big conjunction. Specifically, it was January 12th. This was a Saturn Pluto conjunction, and most astrologers think that this conjunction triggered the lockdowns and all of the challenges that we had this year with the pandemic. So, for every sign, there is a restructuring of some part of our lives, there is a collective restructuring happening at the same time. But going back to Taurus, for you, there is a restructuring of the way that you see the world, especially when it comes to religion, what you believe, what are your philosophical beliefs, also the way that you relate with the abroad. And for some of you, this could mean how you relate to people from another countries and the way that you travel. Obviously, most of you weren't traveling a lot this year, but this is much deeper. Like maybe you were thinking about an abroad opportunity and now it was delayed, and probably you're going to change your mind completely about it, or for external forces it was cancelled. Whether that is your case or not, with Blue Direct, all of this transformation in your house of travel, religious beliefs, and higher education is going to get transformed throughout this last months of 2020. Finally, we have an interesting aspect here, and this is the blue moon on October 31st, making this Halloween and Dia de Muertos more mystic. People who believe in spiritual beings are excited about this day because blue moons are not seen often. This moon is not going to be blue. I just want to clarify that. It's called blue moon because it's the second full moon in the same month, which is not that usual. So this makes that those vines that separate this world from the heavens or the underworld almost invisible. And it could make visible the invisible. Really interesting. Maybe I'll make a video about it later. For Taurus, this full moon can put the spotlight on you. So you're going to rock in that Catwoman costume that you're gonna wear this year. But seriously, people are gonna have their eyes on you on this day. Finally, this could trigger some emotional releasing, so don't drink that much because you could end up calling your ex or something like that. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate all the notifications so you don't miss anything. Also, don't forget to check your rising sign so you can have a better understanding of this month's transits. See you later.